Thank you. Uh, Welcome you all for our physical program on F&O trading. At the outset, I want to thank our faculty, CA Nikhilesh Soman ji, and I want to request him to come on the dais, sir, please. And Akshay, please come. Before starting, I want to request you all to raise for our institute motto, please.
यैष सुप्तेषु जागृति यैष सुप्तेषु जागृति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तदेव शुक्रदब्रह्मा तदब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता
Thank you. I want to inform you all that this year I am the chairman of committee in capital market and investor awareness. And we did a monthly program on capital market and investor awareness. Every month we had done one program, and one national conference we did in Kandivali. In that, more than 300 participants had taken part, and we called all the big faculty in that. So it was first time we organized national conference on capital market. क्योंकि नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए ऐसा है कि 400 की वो चाहिए पार्टिसिपेशन, एंड अभी तक सबको ये लगता था कि नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस कैपिटल मार्केट के ऊपर 400 पार्टिसिपेंट नहीं मिलेंगे. इवन जब मैंने कहा कि नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस करनी है कैपिटल मार्केट में, तो बहुत लोगों ने कहा मैडम कैपिटल मार्केट में 200 भी नहीं आएंगे लोग. जीएसटी या इनकम टैक्स रखोगे तो 1000 आ जाएंगे, लेकिन कैपिटल मार्केट में नहीं आएंगे. तो दैट टाइम आई टुक एज ए चैलेंज कि नहीं, अभी थोड़ा हमें ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस से थोड़ा आगे भी कुछ सोचना चाहिए. एंड इट डजंट मीन्स कि कैपिटल मार्केट मीन्स कि हमको उसमें खेलना ही है या हमें उसमें परचेज सेल करनी है. वी शुड नो द बेसिक थिंग्स, बिकॉज इफ वी आर डूइंग इनकम टैक्स एंड अकाउंट्स और एनी अदर थिंग्स फॉर आवर क्लाइंट, वी शुड ऑल्सो नो द basic things in that capital market, what we can vouch or what we can audit. So that what the motive behind that. And then I ask Nikhilesh sir कि F&O trading बहुत अभी सारे क्लाइंट करते हैं, और हम जब लास्ट में देखते हैं तो लॉस का ही फिगर दिखता है. करोड़ों की ट्रेडिंग होती है, लेकिन जब लास्ट में देखते हैं लॉस का ही फिगर दिखता है बाद में. तो वी शुड नो द बेसिक थिंग्स एंड व्हाट इज द रिस्क एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी, how we can earn in that. So Nikhilesh sir accepted our invitation to speak on this subject. What is the risk and what is the opportunity in that field? So I want to request CA Akshay to formally introduce the speaker. Akshay, please.
Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to introduce CA Nikhilesh Soman, sir. Sir has completed his chartered accountancy in year 2001. Sir has been conducting various workshops on F&O trading, and he has developed a unique method, follow the levels. Sir is a popular stock market expert on Jai Maharashtra channel and a panel expert for G24 Stars, TV9 and Sam TV. Sir has served a member of subcommittee of WIRC named Capital Market and Investor Protection for many years. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshay. Now I want to request, give a memento to our Nikhilesh sir with love and affection. Please.
Hello. Acha, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Acha, I know this is a December. Everybody is here for last two CPRs. Maybe many of you might not have interest in F&O, although stock market, maybe capital markets, I can say. But still, we have to sit here for 2 hours and let me try something new for you. It might happen that from Monday onwards, or maybe from tomorrow, you may start F&O also. Since now it is, I think it has been allowed by our institute also, we can we can trade in F&O. Okay, though I was playing for last many years, I am still playing. Okay. So the topic is given to me by Pinky Madam is F&O risk and opportunity. Before I commence my presentation, let me thank our chairman of the committee, subcommittee, capital markets, Pinky Madam, for giving this opportunity to speak in front of you. Just last week I was in Dhulia. Next week I am going at Satara, then Kolhapur. So now everybody is, we can say, they are trying to learn F&O maybe, or they are trying to earn in F&O. Is a better word I can say. And after looking at the client's returns, many of my friends also, they told me कि यार हम लोग भी थोड़ा side by side चालू करते हैं, कैसे करना है. So let's move ahead. Acha, anybody here before going ahead, it will be easy for me to then get connected with you. How many of you are actually a traders basically, or a trader's psychology kind of? Acha, all young? Acha, oh, all seniors also. Great. Anybody else who is right now trading in F&O or maybe trading in equity markets? Acha, many of you like. Acha, and remaining are all investors? See, normally investors, a very simple definition is trap traders. Like out of 100 investors, I can say only 10 are genuine investors who really buy the stocks and they hold the stocks for long term. Otherwise, 90% of the people, they buy stocks for trading purpose. Then the stock moves down by 5 to 10%. Then they say we are positional traders. Then after stock again fall by 10-20%, they say we are midterm traders. And after finally stock went up or went down actually by say 50 to 60%, they say we are now long-term investors. So that is the ideology. As I said, 10% are really genuine. I know many people who really buy some good stocks and then they hold it for a longer period of time. And then they can create wealth also. So let's go ahead. This is the usual disclaimer as per SEBI norms that basically I'm not a broker or sub-broker or remiser. I'm not a mutual fund distributor. Basically, I don't believe in mutual funds. I don't believe it is a sahi hai, because last 15 to 16 years I am trading, watching screen from 9:55 earlier to 330. Now from 2011 November, it is 950 to 330. So in 2006, I decided after completing my 5 or 6 years of practice that trading in market is quite easy rather than doing a practice. So I left my practice and I joined market in 2006 only. So I'm not selling any products, okay, not any NBFC schemes, post office. I don't believe in fixed kind of a return, a rate of return kind of a products. Though they are necessary, like whenever we advise our client for their portfolio management overall, not equity markets only, or say financial planning, if we go, then definitely as per your age, certain portion has to be in fixed rate of return kind of a investments. Since we are young, we are below 50. I personally believe we should have all our, we can say, investments in 100% variable kind of returns, like say stock market, maybe gold and silver, or any other like real estate, whatever the asset class. So finally, whatever views I will express in next 1.5 hour or maybe 2 hours, they are purely my own personal views actually. Okay, so if you want to trade, you have to consult your financial advisor or any other CA. Like I said, my own return is filed by my ex-partner for last 17 years. So whenever anybody asks me about any advice, भाई आप CA हो थोड़ा बोल दो, तो I say just रुको मैं मेरे CA को पूछ को तुमको बताता हूँ. So I am totally out of practice for last 17 years now, though I am going on various TV channels on a budget day to speak on budget, how it will affect stock market. On various Marathi news channels, I always give interview. But as per SEBI disclosure, we never give any, what we can say, advice or tip, or say we never give any levels, because now the rules are very strict. So we are into F&O straight away. So this is a Bombay Stock Exchange. Everybody knows. How many of you have seen that Harshad Mehta scam series? Everyone. Acha, great. Acha, किसी ने नहीं देखा? Sorry, the question was little opposite. Acha, everybody has seen. Okay, fine. So you must have seen in that particular series that there are various what we can say famous dialogues. Risk hai to ishq hai, market mein shani, paise mein mani, whatever it may be. But the one that particular dialogue I like in that is market crash ho gaya. Okay, market crash ho gaya. That was what we can say the beauty. Like everybody must have seen that market whenever it crashed. Now recently also we have seen some fall in market from 18,500 to almost 17,800. We have seen already in the last week. The fall was not so drastic, but definitely it was a fall. And sometimes Nifty goes down by say 100, 200 points. Bank Nifty also goes by 500 points sometimes. So it is very difficult to trade actually in that situation. But still, the people in the picture, they are really enthusiastic. Okay, they want to trade in markets, and just see the emotions on their faces. Everybody wants to earn money out of market. Market is basically nothing but it's a bulls and bears activity. How many of you are of bearish nature? Only 1, 2, 3. That's why market is zinda hai abhi tak. There are few bears and there are few, what we can say, bulls. If only we can say all 100% will be the bulls, market will never go up. If 100% bears, market will never go down. So it's a mix, it's a combination of bulls and bears. So basically, the expected answer was, sir, we are bears as well as we are bulls. Okay, trend is my friend. So whenever market is going down, we will like to short. Whenever market is moving up, we'll like to buy. That should be the strategy of any F&O trader. If you go with the intention, or if you go with the psychology that I am a bull, I will only trade when market is going up, then most of the time you will remain ideal. Okay, because many times you will saw okay, market jab girta hai, whenever it comes down, it comes very fast, and bears makes a huge amount of money in a very short span of time. And then next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, again bulls come in the picture. They start earning money, and then in a day or two, bears make the same amount of money whatever bulls have made in 2-3 months. Okay, before going ahead, I like to give some trading mantras, those who want to trade. Okay, never buy for a fixed time, though you are buying. Acha, how many of you are here option traders? Acha, rest are all future traders. How many of you doing future trading like lot Nifty, Bank Nifty, acha, stock futures? Great. So in that case, whenever we buy a future, you know very well that future has only 1 month time. That is what we can say normally. I think today was only the expiry of December. The series has been completed. Kal hai? Acha, tomorrow is the expiry. Fine. So tomorrow is the Thursday. Yes. So tomorrow is the Thursday. So tomorrow the expiry will be there. And day after, from Friday onwards, January series will start in F&O. So definitely tomorrow market will be volatile. Today also it was volatile. Anybody, if they have seen, market was fallen down little bit in the last half an hour, and then gradually it came up. Okay, many PSU banks fall by 5 to 6% in last half an hour. So if you buy any future or if you buy any option, never decide that I will buy it for a fixed time. Say I will keep it till expiry, or I will buy it for next 2 months expiry. I will buy it for 3 months. Okay, because what will happen is in F&O, you have to catch the rally. You have to catch the momentum. So if you say, okay, I will buy and I will hold it for 1 month, in that case, what will be the problem? Suppose you are a buyer, if you are going long and then suddenly market start falling, then the huge amount of losses can occur. Okay, so hence you need to decide what is your profit and loss ratio, like whatever your stop losses. Acha, everybody here, they are keeping stop losses? Those who are trading? No, in system. Yes, सब बोलेंगे, maybe they are keeping in their mind. I am asking about how many of you are really putting stop losses in the system. Acha, and they get hit? As usual, okay. So, and hence many of them will say कि sir इसके लिए हम लोग नहीं लगाते, because whenever you will put a stop loss, it will get hit. Fine, but still stop loss is very, very important. It is just like as good as whenever we pass our CA, we says कि 200 marks are important out of 400. Like it is essential. Like stop loss is also very much essential, because without stop loss, if you trade, then definitely I can assure your future is not bright in future. Okay, so, and if you are an option trader, still, if you are not keeping your stop losses, then there will not be any option left. Okay, so you have to put a strict stop loss whenever you trade. So never buy for a fixed time. Instead of that, you put a target. Yeah, I will buy this future, say for whatever profit margin you, whatever your own target as such, say 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 per lot in futures, or in options also, like same Nifty, Bank Nifty, 50 points, 100 points, whatever it may be. Trade in good volume or A category groups stocks, basically, because many a times people try to buy futures or people try to buy options where the volume is very less, and then they get trapped. Why? Because there is no volume, then it is easy to manipulate, very frankly. Okay, so whenever you will buy any options, just see that what is the total amount of open interest, what is what we can say volume actually for last 2-3 days maybe, or maybe on the current day, whenever you are buying or whenever you are selling. So that is very important, because most of the time what happens, ki suppose there is no volume or lack of volume, you will find that after buying a particular option or after buying a particular future, that suddenly fall by some, say, percentage, or maybe some by rupees, and then you are forced to sell. Okay, because that is the investor psychology. हम लोग डर जाते हैं कि अरे अभी लिया था 10 रुपए में ऑप्शन, तो फटक से 6 रुपया हो गया, 4 rupees down, and suppose the lot size is 4,000 or maybe 5,000, then immediately 16 to 20,000 kind of loss in very few minutes. Then you are forced to sell, and after you sell, it becomes again 10 rupees. That is also surprising. So hence, always go for good volume, or we can say A group category. In that also, I will suggest always go for Nifty stocks. Okay, because they have always a good volume. Because A group is also very big, nearly more than 250 or 300 shares. But if you go for Nifty stocks, then the volatility will be limited compared to others. Do sectorial study. As I always says, ki now today there was a profit booking in PSU banks. Okay, so let's see what will happen tomorrow, since tomorrow is the expiry. Already PSU banks has run up a lot in last 2 months. You must have been seen. And then there is a move in the metal sector also since yesterday. Some metal stocks are also flourishing. Today also some Jindal Steel or what. By the way, whatever names I will take, it is just for the sake of example. Don't take it as a tip or don't take it as advice. So whatever that we can say Tata Steel and all this, they started moving since yesterday. So maybe it's still tomorrow expiry, as a expiry move, maybe they are moving up, and later on we'll see what will happen. But do your own study, which sector is doing good, which sector will do good, because here see, in F&O, we never talk about long term. We don't do any fundamental analysis. Even few people, they don't do technical analysis also. Okay, so because the timing is very short, or we can say nature is very short, as I said always, in F&O, if you buy a future, I like to keep it only for 2 or 3 hours. If I buy option, I will like to keep it only for 1 hour or my target, whichever come first. After 1 hour, I exit from that option. I feel my choice is wrong. Okay, then whatever profit or loss may be, I just come out and I will try to find out some new, what we can say, entry point or new stock or maybe new index. So you have to study at your own which sector is doing good, and for that day which sector is, because in the morning, in first half an hour, you will come to know today which sector is moving, today which sector is going down, and accordingly you can plan your positions. Never borrow to buy shares trading, like many people have found out, like there are advertisement also. So nowadays, in option you can earn 10% every day. Okay, in futures you can make lakhs of rupees every day. They are kind of average, we can say advertisements are coming on a Facebook, okay, or Instagram. So after looking at those advertisements, people feel ki chalo, let's borrow some money, put in the market, and let's earn some amount, good amount, and then we can pay that whatever interest amount is there. But I have seen many people who has done this, like by borrowing capital, they have invested in shares or maybe in F&O. Unfortunately, they lost their entire capital after a few months. So I never saw any person who is, anybody here who is successful by borrowing money and investing into shares and yes, fine. So 99 what 100% of the people, they always get failed whenever they borrow money and they invest in shares, and wo bhi kisi baaju wale ke tip pe. The famous word is ghar bech ke le. Whenever broker call you, ghar bech ke le means, in short, buy maximum quantity. His intention is to tell you buy maximum quantity. घर बेच के ले means पूरा उठा ले इसको, टिप है इंदौर से, देहरादून से, and many other hubs you might be knowing. But the problem is whenever you buy those shares, really the time comes आपको घर बेचना पड़ता है. Okay, so hence do not believe in that kind of advices, or we can say from your own brokers also. Learn to book profits, learn to short sell. Now this is very important. Learn to book profits is, most of the time people, they buy some, say, options, they buy some future, and they like to ride. Okay, means they just wait, they just hold their positions ki that is green. Okay, wo M2M P&L ka figure अच्छा दिखता है बड़ा बड़ा, 5,000, after 5 minutes 6,000, after 5 minutes 7,500. So they feel अरे यार तो 5 मिनट में 1,000-2,000 बढ़ रहा है. हाँ, that much we are not getting in practice also in a time, like in a minute. So good practice to have F&O trading. And then suddenly, suppose there is a crash in a market or market is falling, that profit of 7,500 goes to 7,500 loss in next 2 minutes. That thing also happens in F&O. Okay, agar aapne dekha hai, if you have traded, you must have seen the profits, okay, which are basically available. Okay, people are not booking it because they feel ki aur aayega. That is, in other words, they are greedy. वो हर एक के मन में विश्वामित्र होता है. Everybody know ना विश्वामित्र. अच्छा, why विश्वामित्र is famous? Any speciality of Vishwamitra? Menka. See, whenever we talk about Vishwamitra, everybody realize Menka. So nobody says he was a great scholar. Okay. Okay. So the problem is, everybody individual, we have the same kind of habit. Like we know only very few things of a personality. The problem is everybody has having a greed in their mind. 5,000 mil raha hai to book kare nahi, 10,000 chahiye, diliye mange more. When we trade in F&O, slogan is very simple, diliye mange more. So 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, and suddenly there is a loss of 10,000, and then your stop loss get hits, 15,000 loss. And ultimately you say F&O is a gambling. It's a conclusion what we arrived at. Whenever we lose money, we always say it's a gambling. Marathi मध्ये म्हणे कोल्याला द्राक्ष आंबट. Okay, so अगर मुझे नहीं जम रहा है तो there is something fishy, or there's something what we can say bad point in that only. वो हम लोग तो अच्छे हैं. We all are good people. We are chartered accountants. So always try to book your profits. Just set your small targets. Just my general advice is, if you are really want to trade in F&O, keep your targets very simple and very short. That is a key to earn money in F&O. 99% of the people, they lose money in F&O because they every time they want big amount of profits, because their losses are also big earlier years. सीए ने बोला है अगले साल कवर करना पड़ेगा, 8 साल पूरा हो जाएगा, कैरी फॉरवर्ड नहीं कर पाएगा. Okay, so in that case they try to, what we can say, they trade exaggeratedly, and they trade like very rashly, or we can say एकदम harsh trading करते हैं, buy 10,000 quantity, 20,000 quantity just to cover up the money, and in that scenario they lose more and more money. So my advice is always go for a 1 or 2 kind of lots if you are trading in futures. In options also, it depends on you how much you are professional. You can go for 5-10 lots at a time also in index because they are very small. But keep small targets. See, myself, I keep only 10 points target in Nifty. In Bank Nifty, I keep 30 points target. If 30 points I am getting, I exit. Though I know this will go to 100 points, 200 points, 300 points जाएगा ऐसे मुझे मालूम है, still I exit in 30 points. Why? Because that is a discipline I am following for last many years. Okay, so that 30 point is confirmed. वो मुझे मिल जाता है every day. Okay, so that is my bread and butter. But many people, they says कि यार 30 points में क्या होगा मेरा? I am a chartered accountant. Okay, so they want some say 50 points, they want 100 points. Sometimes they get, sometimes they fail miserably. Fine. Learn to short sell. As I said, many of here who are attending, they says कि only 2 or 3 bears, rest of the people, they are bullish. Okay, or they are bulls. So in that case, those who are bulls, my advice will be learn to do the short trading also. See, it is very simple. I know our psychology do not permits it, because we always think, basically I am also a bullish person. We always think कि ये तो ऊपर ही जाएगा. Okay, whatever I will buy, I always feel कि ये तो ऊपर ही जाएगा. Hence we are buying. So our basic, what we can say, we are a highly optimistic people. We always feel कि whatever we'll buy, it will go up. And whenever it come down, we say it's okay. I have still 1 month. I can carry forward. And if it is a future, you are in loss, still on the day of expiry, you can say no problem. I will still carry forward. I can roll over. So that is a tendency people are following. In option, there is no rollover. Your premium will get vanish. Okay, it will become 0. But in future, you can roll over till infinity. Like how many number of years you want, you can just keep on adding the margins, and you can roll over your positions. But still, instead of that, if you have shorted that particular position, then what was the story? Basically, कोई करता नहीं है. Nobody wants to short actually, because everybody in the market, they come with the aspiration that we will earn money. Okay, they always come with the, what we can say, predetermined mind that in markets, yes, we are a chartered accountants. Like whenever I speak in front of CS, they always say, यार sir, हम लोग तो CA है, हम लोग को तो सब आता है. हाँ, like that is the ideology basically everybody follows. But then when you come in the market, okay, whether you are a CA, you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, you are maybe a commissioner of income tax, whatever it may be, everybody failed in market. Okay, because market is a very what we can say, unique place where any scholar comes, he always lose money. कितना भी पढ़ाई करो, टेक्निकल सीखो, फंडामेंटल सीखो, लॉस तो एक दिन होना ही है, because market is supreme always. So learn to short sell, then some opportunities will get increase. Instead of only buying the calls, you can sometimes short puts also. So instead of buying calls, writing shorts, writing puts is also a good strategy. But when you write options, it required huge amount of margin. It required a nifty margin. Then there is also a problem, because अगर एक lot short करना है तो निफ्टी का margin चाहिए. Then people say कि नहीं नहीं भाई, इतना तो capital नहीं है अपना. So 20-25 हजार रुपया है, उसमें कुछ होता है क्या देखो. So in that case, writing is not so easy. But those who are having a good portfolio with them, they can keep that portfolio in place. They can have margin and they can write also. Writing calls or writing puts is also best option. And believe me, 95% of the writers, they always makes money. And 5% of the buyers, they always make money. That is a really contradictory, we can say, results. Like option sellers always gets money, like 95% of the times. Out of 100 writers, 95 people will make money. And out of 100 buyers, only 2 to 5 person will make money in buying options. That is the history in stock market. Set your profit targets and stop losses before you start. As I already discussed, you have to keep your own targets also as well as stop loss. How much you can ready to lose, like how much you can bear the losses, whatever 10,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, 5 lakhs, whatever it may be. So you have to set your targets accordingly, and then you have to put your own stop losses. And finally, all companies in sector are not a star company. Now, this is a very important concept for equity trading also. Many a time people says कि अभी फार्मा चल रहा है तो चलो अजंता फार्मा ले लो या और कोई फार्मा ले लो या लॉरस लैब ले लो, बहुत नीचे गिर गया है. Many people are asking, sir, लॉरस लैब का क्या होगा? मैं बोला अभी तो लैब रिपोर्ट भेजी है, देखते क्या होता है. Let's see what happens. But the problem is averaging is also one of the bad habit of investors or bad habit of traders. कि 500 में लिया था, फिर 450 में लिया, ब्रोकर ने बोला 400 है तो क्या हुआ, कंपनी है, लिस्टेड कंपनी है, और ले ले, अभी 350 हो गया, बोला डरना नहीं, 300 भी हो जाएगा, ले ले. In short, he is trying to convince you that 300 हो जाएगा. Okay. So that is the story of, we can say, averaging in equity. But in options, you never get chance to average. Still, there are few people I know, I have seen, like they like to average the options also. Like कॉल बाय किया था 200 में, निफ्टी गिर गया, 100 रुपया हो गया, और ऐड किया, 50 हो गया, और ऐड किया, and on the expiry everything is zero. Okay, so I don't know. See, basically to average means you are going against your decision. एक तो आपका decision गलत हो गया. See, whatever stock or option, if it comes down and you are a long trader, if you have bought it, it comes down, that means you have to ultimately accept that my strategy is wrong, or my calculation is wrong, and you have to get out. Simple. That's why we have stop losses. But most of the time, as I said, everybody thinks we are professional, or हम लोग गलत नहीं हो सकते. That is ideology we follow. So ठीक है, we will average it, and still we can manage to earn money. और averaging में पैसा निकल जाता है. So my sincere advice is never go for any kind of average, whether it's a equity or it's a F&O, because averaging is what? Repeating your mistakes, nothing else. So all companies are not star companies, that you have to keep in mind. Now, this is a truth actually, I can say. Trading is the hardest way to make easy money. It's like everybody wants to make easy money, and many a time people say कि trading करेंगे पैसा मिलेगा. Now, so many advertisements are also coming. So many apps nowadays, free brokerage wala. Okay, and they says कि trading करो पैसा कमाओ. Okay, so you can earn a huge amount of money by trading. There are some institutions also which are taking classes of how to trade and how to make money. So, but I personally feel it's the hardest way. It is not so easy. Though you can make it, okay. It is not impossible to make money in markets, but it is hard to make market. It is difficult to make money in markets. But ultimately, people say it's very simple. It is not like that. Few points to remember before we going ahead of risk and opportunity. Be aware of attractive advertisement, high returns SMS. As usual, we always get a SMS nowadays. So many scams are happening. So many, what we can say, things are coming out. SEBI is also looking for it. So many advertisements on Facebook, Insta also, that we will assure you 5% every day, 10% every day kind of returns. And then people put money in that stuff and they lose entirely after a few days. So always, see, we are professional, we never go behind that. But I have seen few chartered accountants in Nagpur, basically a few years back, who also got trapped in such kind of advertisement. Okay, so it is not like we are chartered accountants, so we are not like we are professional, so we will not do this. But I have seen few chartered accountants are also get caught in that kind of advertisement. Like greed is always there. Okay, greed is everywhere. So I think you should not follow this. Otherwise, you will lose money. If you are doing F&O trading, prepare your own trading plan. Okay, never see any television channel in the morning. 2020 Dhamaka and all what shows they have, Super 20 and all this. See, let me tell you very honestly, very bluntly, all those we can say advices basically are basically managed, or we can say planned advices. Whenever any mutual fund want to sell any stock, there will be a buy on that particular stock. Whenever a big mutual funds want to buy, there will be a short sell, what we can say, advice on a television channel. This is a simple ideology, okay? But many of the people, what happen? They get trapped, okay? And वो कैसा होता है? Once you buy, that share also goes up by 2-3 rupees, and you say, अरे यार, ये इसने तो बराबर बोला था, बराबर ऊपर जा रहा है, and suddenly it falls. After their selling happens, then suddenly it falls. So you have to be quite careful. And personally, my belief is prepare your own trading plan. Okay, how much you want profit, how much you want, you can bear losses. Everybody has to decide himself. Your broker or maybe your friend is not the authority to decide how much you should earn. Because many times I have seen people, they whenever they call broker, अरे इसको बेचो, अरे रुको ना साहब, क्या प्रॉब्लम है, पैसा चाहिए क्या? Okay, sir, wait, why you are in hurry to sell this? ब्रोकर कभी बेचने नहीं देगा. और जब भी आपको खरीदना है, अरे साहब रुको ना, नीचे आएगा, क्या घाई है आपको, नीचे में मिलेगा, रुको थोड़ा 5-10% और नीचे में मिलेगा, तो वो आपको टाइम पे खरीदने भी नहीं देगा. So that is a biggest problem. So always follow what you want. Okay, follow what you basically, because you have studied the things as a chartered accountant, they are financial experts. Okay, I assume they read balance sheet sometimes. So in that case, whenever they want to invest for a longer period of time, so in that case, we have to judge ourselves and we have to take the decision. So never follow anybody else, never follow any investment guru also. Let it be very honest. You have to decide your own mantra. Knowledge is the key. Okay, and see what the ground reality is. Now today, suppose somebody is saying ki let's buy PSU banks for a short span of time, say BTST. I will not advise BTST. Why? Because in the last half an hour, if the selling is coming, then I will think, yaar, ye आधे घंटे में इतना selling आ गया, whether it's a profit booking or really big funds are coming out, those who have bought earlier. I need to think. I cannot just say randomly कि चलो buy करो. एक कोई stock 5% गिर जाए तो चलो उसको buy करो. That is not a random activity we do. So we need to think properly. And then we need to analyze. अभी कल expiry है, कल पूरा दिन देखना पड़ेगा. If tomorrow, suppose some other day, it is not expiry, still I will look for, say, first 1 hour, 2 hour, what is the activity going on in PSU bank, and then I will decide whether I want to buy or I want to short. It is not like a market open here 9:15 go and you suddenly take a trade, because many what we can say YouTubers or many YouTube followers, basically they say, sir, वो पहले 15 मिनट में ट्रेड करेंगे तो पैसा मिलता है. How many of here out the same ideology? पहले 15 मिनट में ट्रेड करेंगे तो पैसा मिलता है. अच्छा, nobody, good. See, basically first 15 minutes is what? It is nothing but the adjustment of post market orders which are kept by traders earlier day. So you need to give some time to market also to get settled down, and later on after say 9:30, 9:35, maybe 9:45 is a good ideal time to enter into markets. Whatever trade you want to take, whether it's a short or long, it's a different story. But you have to wait for say half an hour. That is, I also personally wait for half an hour before taking into any trade. Then I see what is going on in the market, and later on I entered. So always see what is the ground reality, whether market is what, it is going down on that day, then I will since I am a bullish person, I will prefer to wait. I will like to wait for some other 1 hour. Whether market is really going down, whether it is taking support, whether it is bouncing back. If it is bouncing back, then I will like to buy. Okay, if it is not bouncing back, I will never buy, because it will ultimately go down. That is a simple logic one should follow. So you should know what is happening in the market every day. If you are a trader, you have to sit in front of screen. If you are a F&O trader, don't do like you are in the office, you are doing your practice, you are talking to your clients, and then you are calling your brokers. Are kya chalu hai bhai, ye le lo, wo le lo. That kind of trades normally, I think, don't get materialized, because in F&O, the movement is so fast. The moment you call your broker, in that the movement may take place. Okay, उसमें 5-10 रुपया ऊपर नीचे हो जाएगा while calling the broker also. So if you are a F&O trader, you have to sit in front of screen and you have to take your own trades. You have to put your own trades. If you start calling, and most of the times broker एक अपना उसका phone भी busy रहेगा. If you are not able to connect him, then there are chances of losses also many a times. So better you should do your own trading. Strategy, don't keep changing. Okay, many people they says ki which strategy is good. Now see, my own strategy is I don't have any strategy. I go naked, like I will go naked put or naked call. I always like to buy naked call or naked put. Like I don't hedge. Many people say ki strangle is good, straddle is good, bull spread, bear spread. See, these all are strategies. I know. I have seen this for last 15 years. Butterfly, 3 leg, 4 leg. But that is what, in my personal opinion, they all are brokerage generation strategies. Like where your profit is also limited and your loss is also limited. Huh? If you are of the same nature that my profit and loss both should remain limited, you can go for any strategy. But since I am in F&O, if I want to keep it my profit and loss limited, then what the hell I am doing in F&O? I should have bought equity. That is on my perception. So I like to earn more. I like to lose also more sometimes. So I always go in a one-way direction. Suppose I feel market is going up, I straight away buy calls. I never do like कि 18,500 का कॉल ले लो, 18,600 का कॉल बेचो वगैरह, like bull spread or bear spread. I don't do. Instead of that, I buy only one lot or whatever lots I want to buy. I just buy. And as I said, I exit in only 10 points. So 10 point is my profit, 10 point is my stop loss. My own ratio is 1:1. But many people, they are fond of 1:2, like 2:1 kind of a ratio. 2 is profit, 1 is loss. Some technical experts, they say 3:1. And I have seen few people, they say 4:1. I don't know how they manage, but still. I follow in 1:1 category, like 10 rupees profit or 10 rupees loss, whatever come first. So my strategy is don't follow any strategy. But if you are putting any strategy, you are having any strategy, my advice will be don't keep changing. Like today I have done this, then there was no profit. Tomorrow I will do that. Next day I will do that. Don't keep it changing. Just follow some strategy for a few days. Okay, see the what we can say results for say 1 month or 2 months. Later on, you can shift to any other strategy. If you keep on changing every day there will be a loss. Let me tell you very honestly. So hence, I am not keeping any strategy. Diversification, definitely. Most of the people, suppose example, I can say, if you have 1 lakh rupees and you want to enter into markets in option trading, many people, what they do, they suddenly buy a Nifty or Bank Nifty calls or like puts worth rupees 1 lakh rupees. Whatever the capital, they entirely invest in one trade only. That is very dangerous situation. Okay, diversify. If you are having 1 lakh rupees, my advice will be diversify into 10 trades. Like use 10,000 for one trade. If you have 1 lakh rupees, 10,000, you put 10,000 in one trade, and simultaneously, if you want to take another trade, keep 2 trades at a time, like 20,000 at a time. Let 80,000 remain in bank, no problem. Remain in your broker's kitty, no problem. Why? Because first you take those 2 trades. Let's see what is happening, whether you are able to manage profits or whether stop losses are hit, whatever it may be. Then what will happen? Either 1,000 or 2,000 rupees profits, or maybe 1,000 or 2,000 rupees loss. That will be the ideal situation. Later on, you can go ahead with the next 3rd or 4th trade. So I personally take 2 trades at a time. उसमें से एक अगर निकल गया profit में, then I take another. I never put entire money at a strike, because I have seen many people, they are fond of like 1 lakh रुपया है तो चलो I buy 20 lots and immediately I'll get exit in 5-10 rupees. ऐसा सोचते हैं वो लोग, but unfortunately होता नहीं. And then 20 lots, 10 rupees stop loss, 20,000 rupees immediately loss हो जाता है out of that 1 lakh. And then 80,000 remains. And then they come under pressure कि अभी 80,000 का 1 lakh बनाना है. Okay, then they again go for 50 lots, there 30 lots, 40 lots. So instead of that, that is very wrong. See, you must have seen your clients, what they are doing whenever you file their loss return. The main reason is, first, they are doing trades at discount brokers. That is my own perception. Maximum people, they do trade at discount brokers. And that is the biggest cause of their losses. That is my own thinking. And I have seen, I have taken a survey also with many people. I found that 99% of the people who trades at discount broker, they are in loss. Why? Because their focus is entirely on brokerage. My focus is on earning. If you want to trade in F&O, you have to shift your focus from brokerage to earning. Then only you will able to get success. And what happens, since the brokerage is very less, 20 rupees, sometimes free brokerage, then they do very rash trading. As I said, 1 lakh rupees, they put entire 1 lakh in one trade. 2 lakhs rupees, they put entire 2 lakhs in one trade because only 20 rupees dene ka hai. That is their ideology. But they don't think that 20 rupees brokerage ke piche, the loss is 20,000. So that is the biggest mockery of these discount brokers. हाँ भगवान बचाए उनको. Next. Never put all eggs in one basket. अभी जैसे मैंने बोला, never whenever we talk about option trading or future trading, never take what we can say too much positions at a time, because you know markets, they are what? They are supreme. Okay, if you think market will go up, sometime it will go up and suddenly it falls. Then there are chances of losing money. See, probability is if you are trading every day, out of 5 days, 3 days you will make money, 2 days you will lose. That is a normal probability. Sometimes if you are a professional trader, 4 days you may earn, 1 day still you will lose. But if you are putting stop losses, then net result will be positive. What is the problem? I have seen many people, their ratio is excellent. Their 80% of the trades are successful. Their 70% of the trades are successful. Let me tell you very honestly, anybody who is having a 51% or more kind of ratio in F&O is a successful trader. Where the problem? The problem is 80% of the trade successful, profit per lot is 2,000 or 3,000. 80% are trade successful. And 20% trades are loss making. Loss per trade is 20,000 or 30,000. See, that is the difference. That is the main reason why people lose money, because loss per trade is always a much higher than whatever the profit per trade figure is. So you have to work on that also. Okay, and advise your client on that also. कि भाई ये थोड़ा आपका गलत जा रहा है, उस पे थोड़ा काम करो. Maybe next year will be in profits. Risk reward ratio, as I said, कि my own risk reward ratio is 1:1. That individual has to decide whether it's a 2:1 or 3:1, 4:1, whatever it may be. I personally go for 1:1 kind of ratio because I think that suits my trading activity. Now, this is a every Friday story. You see, every Friday, even last Friday also, there was a big fall in markets, and all bulls, like me also a bull. Okay, everybody was thinking कि market कभी खत्म होगा. So ये सूर्यास्त क्यों नहीं हो रहा? Okay, so that is a picture. Like everybody is praying कि, like you know this Mahabharata story. So, अच्छा, which is the situation? Anybody? Yes, Jayadrat, correct. So, like the Duryodhana was also saying कि सूर्यास्त क्यों नहीं हो रहा? Like we trader also, whenever we got trapped, okay, we are long traders and market is continuously falling. Every Friday it happens most of the time. So we say ये सूर्यास्त क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? Like market बंद क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? Okay, ये market पूरा capital लेके ही बंद होगा. So every Friday this is the story. There are few Fridays good, but still. Now few myths. Okay, few myths about F&O trading. First, I know markets. This is the biggest myth. Huh? See, after 17 years, I am sitting on a screen. Still, I believe I don't know markets. Every night, I study for 1 or 2 hours, like whatever I want to do next day. And I prepare myself for tomorrow's trade. And then I start trading. So, ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी इतने साल से मार्केट में हूँ, इतना साल ट्रेडिंग कर रहा हूँ, every day I do trade. Still, market मुझे आ रहा है. I never feel like this. See, people call me share बाजार तज्ञ. I always write share बाजार अभ्यासक. Like I am still studying the market. Okay, I am not expert. So I personally believe nobody is expert in the market. Okay, only market is supreme. Still, everybody thinks that I know market. I know how to trade. Means whenever I saw most of the places, I have visited various branches of WRC in last 15 years. So I saw many people. They says, हाँ sir, market हमको मालूम है. हम तो हर्षद मेहता के टाइम से. And they I said कि भाई कितना कमाया? Sir वो मत पूछो. So my ultimate question is only one thing. If you know markets, how much you have earned? If you say, sir, I have earned fantastically, I'll appreciate. Yes, you definitely know something in market. But after people say, I know markets, I mean, in short, they are SIP investors. 99% of the people, they are SIP investors. They feel that they know markets. हाँ, ये तो मैं बहुत जगह देखता हूँ. But actually, they don't know market at all. If you sit in front of screen, if you see market, how they are falling, how they are moving up, most of the time it falls and it falls miserably. Whenever it moves up, it moves very slowly, moves up very slowly. So ये पहले दिमाग से निकाल दो. Whenever you enter into any trade, okay, always don't go with the ego. यार मुझे तो मालूम है, ये तो आता है, ये तो बहुत सिंपल है. That may be it's okay in our practice. We are chartered accountants, so we can do. अरे यार GST तो एकदम सिंपल है, ये तो एकदम बायत का खेल है. That is fine because limited sections everybody knows. But in markets, rank holder also can lose. I can tell you, because every day there is a new market. There is no section, there is no amendment, or market itself is amending every second. Okay, so it is very difficult to get success in markets. Second thing, many people they believe F&O is a gambling. I personally don't feel so. I feel if you study properly, see, we may go wrong, I may go wrong. As I said, I have bought say calls and then market is falling. I have stop loss. I'll get out, no problem. I may go wrong. Okay, I'm not a what we can say. I'm not Brahmadev. Okay, so I may also go wrong. Most of the time I may also go wrong in predicting the markets also. Sometimes I predict the market कि अभी अगले हफ्ते क्या होगा. I am giving one video on Lokmat every week. So in that actually I just say कि market जैसे last time मैंने बोला था, I feel PSU banks may move again and they rallied from Monday. But I don't give ये bank ले लो, ये Nifty का level आएगा. That kind of prediction is not. But usually I give one video to Lokmat video where I say कि market is looking like this. What are the important events lined up next week? As an investor or a trader, we need to see, and accordingly you can plan your trading activities. So F&O is a gambling, not at all. If you study properly, if you have the what we can say command on if you want to trade in F&O, I personally go with the PCR. How many of you did see PCR or they know PCR? Acha, good. So I personally trade in markets in options, Nifty, Bank Nifty. I only see PCR. I don't see any charts. मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आता वो candlestick वगैरह. Okay, though I learned candlestick in 2006 at BSc building, जो building starting में दिखाया था, वहाँ पे मैंने खुद सीखा है in 2006. But on the last day, our professor says कि now you are a technical analyst. What you will do from tomorrow? I was sitting just like Akshay is there on the first row. I say, sir, from tomorrow I will start trading because now I know everything. I know technicals. He laughed at me and he said, better, sit down, sit down. Actually, at that time in 2006, I was a little bit young. I said, अरे यार मेरे पे हंस रहा है, dash मन में आया ऐसा. But okay, but I was so enthusiastic. यार अभी technical सीखा हूँ तो I will start trading from tomorrow. He will say, sit down. And later on he explained. He said, my dear student, from tomorrow, you should start teaching technical analysis to others. That will give you more money. If you use technical analysis, you will never get money. And hence, I am watching that like last 15 years, so many people who learn with me also, they are having big coaching classes and their package is also big, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 4 lakhs rupees for technical analysis. So they are making money by teaching analysis. And people who are attending, they are losing by using technical analysis. So very rarely people get success because हमको बोला गया था in 2006, 60% of the time technical will work. 40% it will go away. Like that is a probability in technical analysis. 60% you might win, 40% you will lose. Okay, so I can make huge money in F&O. That is also a myth. Many people says कि 10 lot लूंगा, 100 lot लूंगा, 200 lot लूंगा, 2 रुपए में निकलूंगा. But that 2 rupees, it never comes. They buy 200 lots, but that 2 rupees never. And if at all that 2 rupees comes, then they say, "Arey, abhi to 2 rupees aa gaya na. I will wait for next 2 rupees." So that is investor psychology. They always end up losing money. And last, finally, a very big myth everybody is having in their own mind: I can time the market. This is a what we can say. I can time market. You will find on every mutual fund advertisement also, every mutual fund website also. SIP managers, mutual fund managers, they can time market. Nobody can time the market, but our managers can time the market. Like they have their features in their schemes. But I personally, as I said, I personally believe mutual fund managers are also human beings. So they are bound to make mistakes, and they always make mistakes, in my opinion. And hence, in Corona, we saw in COVID, when the market was also crashed by 50%, everybody's portfolio in mutual funds were also crashed by 50%. Now, market has run up 200%. but mutual fund portfolio not run up by 75% also. Now why it is so, उस पे 2 घंटा अलग से बात करेंगे, but that is a beauty of the mutual funds. So they say they can time the market. I personally say still they cannot time the market. Market time the night is not so easy, because see, if you want to time the market, you have to wait. You have to wait patiently for the opportunity. That is called timing the market. But in SIP, you buy every month at a higher level also. 19,000 आया, फिर भी आपका SIP जा रहा है. One should have stopped. कि भाई अभी 19,000 आ गया, तो I will stop my SIP, let it fall to 18,000, let it fall to 17,000, then I will again start. That would have ideal, what we can say, timing the market concept. But here we just keep on buying for 15 years, long-term investors, and hence we are not able to really time the market, which a trader can easily do. In my opinion, the last 17 years I am doing intraday trades in F&O, okay, and I'm quite successful. So I personally believe, why I'm successful, I already told you that I follow a very simple formula, 10 points, 30 points. I never wait for more than 30, more than 50, 100 चाहिए तो हाँ गलती से 50 पॉइंट ऐसे मिल जाता है. When I buy and suddenly market moves, कभी कभी 50 पॉइंट मिल भी जाते हैं, but I never wait for 50 पॉइंट. That is a secret of my success. I am a pure disciplined trader. 10 point stop loss, 10 point profit. If everybody starts following this, I know it is very difficult to follow, not so easy, but just try and follow this. You will also be successful from tomorrow. So timing the market is not so easy, but as an individual trader, you can time the market. Okay. Now this is the reality, what I said earlier. Okay, this is a technical analysis. See, and another thing, technical analysis, what I said, everybody here have done maybe a candlestick course or maybe a technical analyst hai, pura kiya hai, Elliott wave tak, like everybody, maybe. But the problem is, what will happen? What is the technical analysis? I personally feel it is just like wo billi doodh peeti hai na aankh band karke, and she feels that nobody is watching me, only I am. So that is technical analysis, that everybody says yes, ये मुझे दिख रहा है breakout, सिर्फ मुझे दिख रहा है. Okay, only I am able to watch it because वो chart मेरे सामने है. This chart जो आपके सामने है वो पूरे गांव के सामने है, और जो पूरे गांव के सामने है वो तो कभी होगा नहीं. That is a simple ideology I follow. So hence this is what I can say. Technical is very easy when you learn in classes, or maybe in what we can say, nowadays they have classes at various 5-star hotels also, like JW Marriott and all this. They have technical classes, ekdam candlelight situation. Okay, because you want to learn candlestick, and still that is very easy when you learn. Okay, but whenever you apply those techniques, at that time it becomes very difficult. Okay, so this is ultimately bye and then goodbye. Now come to future trading. That is our main topic. It can be done in specific quantity called as a lot. You must be knowing 2 types, index and stock futures are available. Index is 25 for Bank Nifty, 50 for Nifty. And now there is a new product, Hello India, Hello Finance Nifty. Okay, you know very well. Every Tuesday they have a expiry. We have currency future, interest rate futures also, which is very difficult to as a trade actually. I don't trade actually, because in currency future also what happens, many people say that currency trading is very easy. My own opinion is currency, crude, like commodity and forex. Why I personally feel it is not so easy, because I don't get that volatility, like the volatility I want in stocks or in the options in the Nifty, Bank Nifty, the same I'm not getting in commodity. Hence I do not trade in commodity or what we can say forex. But many people they trade in commodity or forex. Their reason is also different, because 2-3 हजार में crude का lot आ जाएगा, 2000 में आपको dollar का lot आ जाएगा. So that is also a different story why people trade in commodity. In Nifty, if you want to trade in future, 1,50,000 is a margin. So most of the people they get attracted at low margin futures. Need to pay margin as a percentage of contract value. So as I said, Nifty 1,50,000, 1,35,000, it change every day. Contract expiry is last Thursday of every month in case of stock, and for index it is every Thursday. That is also recently started, like few years back. Earlier it was only one expiry for index as well as stocks, but now stock has only monthly expiry, index has every week, every Thursday. Daily mark to mark P&L adjusted in ledger, that we all know very well कि अगर बढ़ गया थोड़ा amount ledger में तो everybody feels nice. Okay, थोड़ा बढ़ रहा है ledger 500 or maybe 1000 or 5000, 10,000, whatever it may be. I personally truly believe that my ledger, if it is going up, say even by 500 rupees in a day, that is a good day for me. Why? Because something I have added in my ledger. But people say कि नहीं यार 5000 मिला तो ही कुछ मिला ऐसा लगता है. So ठीक है, that is everybody's understanding. But I personally feel कि सब जाके थोड़ा भी add हो गया मेरा ledger. Okay, it is still more positive than compared to earlier day. I am a winner. What I personally feel. So everybody should have a same kind of a technique while trading in the market. Normally, current plus 2 more months contract is available for trading futures. Anybody is here who is trading for long futures? Say अभी दिसंबर चालू है तो फरवरी का लेके बैठ गया है, is into फरवरी or February lots. Anybody here who trades in long futures like? Means you are long in futures, and every weekly expiry you sell calls. So in that you get premium. Acha, okay, fine. But any can you give any example for all of us? Like how much? Say for example, in a simple trade, in a simple trade, suppose आपने अभी लिया है futures जनवरी का. अच्छा, only Nifty. Okay. Okay. कल मार्केट का एक्सपायरी आ रहा है. हाँ हाँ. Okay. Then you must be needing a huge margin also. Margin भी चाहिए. Okay. So ultimately you say कि investment is less compared to other. Okay. अच्छा, good strategy. मतलब अभी मालूम नहीं है. This is a new strategy. Let's try. Okay, if somebody has understood what he's saying. Okay, but I just understood that he always go for long futures. He buy futures, and if suppose market comes down, you are selling puts also, you said. Acha, you start selling a put. Okay. Means you need to analyze every day, like, or maybe every week. Every Thursday, okay. Every Thursday he needs to analyze. He first he buy future lots, then he sell puts, right? So he collects premium, and suppose market will go up, that put will become zero next expiry. जब भी उसका expiry रहेगा तभी. That premium whatever is there is a total profit of the writer. Like you are writing puts, and after that he says कि suppose that goes into loss, market start falling, then you. Okay. Okay. 5000. अच्छा, good tactics. So 5000 rupees per month आ जाता है मतलब easily. Okay, good tactics. 5000 रुपया per month you are saying. On 60,000 or say 60,000 पे 5,000 is as good as more than 10%. Okay, that is okay. But top 100 में पहुंच गया. But उसका tweet आपने पढ़ा किसी ने? Everybody, I have that tweet also with me. 2%. अच्छा, नया चेंज किया. See, Zero, the CEO's tweet is also there. What I have is a 2% of our clients who makes money. Now he says recently he has seen a tweet where 1% of the traders makes money. Okay, great. So this is what I already told you, that people who fond of discount brokers, The reality is only 1% of them, they make money in discount broking. And actually, I have seen him also. He always say ki the ideology of the people, see why they are discount brokers are nowadays, they are famous, or they are, we can say, much popular, because everybody want to play a very safe and a very low cost game. But people never understood that cost is inherent. Okay, cost is inherent. आप कुछ भी लो, cost तो है वहां पे. But the ultimate aim should be, as I said, your focus should be on earnings. Unfortunately, people focus is on reducing brokerage or reducing the cost. Instead of that, I always say कि अगर आपको earning करना है तो focus on earnings. Okay, अभी inflation बढ़ रहा है तो what I will do? I will not say, देखो मेरा लड़का है, he is college going guy. अगर मैं उसे कहूंगा कि भाई तुम्हारा पॉकेट मनी मैं रिड्यूस कर दूंगा, या आई विल स्टार्ट गिविंग यू लेस पॉकेट मनी, ही विल नॉट एग्री. वो मुझे बोलता है डैडी कल 2 लॉट और ज्यादा मार देना. ओके, सो नाउ ही ऑल्सो नोज दैट हिज फादर इज ट्रेडर. सो बोलता सर बाबा मला पाहिजे पैसे, उद्या 10 लॉट जास्त घ्या, पण आय वॉन्ट दिस मनी. सो सी दॅट इज देअर आयडियोलॉजी. Your father is a time machine or maybe a money making machine, so he can earn more, but he never says ki I will spend more. So that should be our ideology also, ki don't try to spend less. Okay, you spend whatever you want, try to earn more and focus on earning rather than brokerage. So thanks for update. I'll now in next my sessions I'll say ki only 1% are successful, but still we chartered accountants, we are always successful. Why? Any logic, any guesses? We as a chartered accountant, still we are successful in markets. Any guesses? Why a chartered accountant is more successful than ordinary trader, retail trader? Any guesses? Very simple. See, we all are passed when the results were 1%. When I passed my CA in 2001 in Thane city, only 4 students passed. Out of that, I was one of them. Okay, so out of 200, that was a record available with the Almeida library in Thane. Okay, so in that attempt, out of 200, only 4 students got passed their CA exams. So at that time, when I passed in 2001, results were hardly 1 or 2%. Now, kitna hai abhi? Now percentage, I think a little bit higher, na? 5% or 6%? 10%, okay. Okay, fine. So in that case, logically, we are experts. We are experts. Why? Because we have passed our exam in 1% kind of a scenario. So definitely in market also, if they demand only 1% will be successful. So let me try. I can easily get success. Next. F&O trader. Now this is a picture. You can imagine yourself. You are a F&O trader. So at 9:15, he is... thinking is kabhi kabhi to lagta hai aponish bhagwan hai, because money is in the pocket. Okay, and he feels ki now I am ready to trade at 9:15, like whenever markets open. Traders at 2 p.m. Okay, market is fallen substantially. जब तक ये खेल खत्म नहीं होगा, अपन इधर ही छे. Still my margin is not fully wiped up, so मैं इधर ही छे, मैं किधर जाएगा नहीं. And at 3:15, when positions get automatically squared off, nahi bachega मैं, मर जाएगा इधर ही. Okay, so this is a simple picture of every F&O trader. You must be watching this. Okay, the pictures are basically taken from a Google, but the what we can say message is very clear. Ultimately, F&O traders ends up like this. They start with a great aggression, great passion, okay, great optimistic view that I will earn huge amount of money because I am a F&O trader. I know market, I can time market. At 2 o'clock, he'll realize that I'm nobody. Okay, nothing is happening like whatever I have planned. And then at 3:15, since he's a trader, he always go for leverage. I personally feel you should not go for leverage. Like you should not go beyond your capital, but these zero brokerage concepts or this particular what we can say, many brokers actually, discount brokers, they give you a little bit more leverage, but at 3:15 the positions will automatically squared off, 3:13 to 3:15. So at that time when the positions get squared off, there will be a huge loss, and this happens with the all F&O traders. So what is the risk now? So as we have saw those pictures, the risk first is leverage. See, as he said, ki it's a good for those who are professionally doing this for last many say months or maybe years. For them it is a good. Ki sir 60,000 mein 5,000 every month bura nahi hai. And I know he's a chartered accountant. He came from Pune, I think. हाँ तो वो 60,000 तो लगाया नहीं होगा, ज्यादा ही लगाया होगा. Okay, so in that case, little bit conservative. Like he says, ki 60,000 by 5,000, so 10% kind of a gain if he is making, then nothing like it. Okay, because nowadays banks are also giving hardly 6% per annum. Mutual funds are giving hardly 5 to 6%. Sometimes index fund giving 10 to 12%. But index fund, most of the places, like I also have a few clients, but they don't have index funds. Why? ब्रोकर ने उनके बोला ही नहीं, लाइक म्यूचुअल फंड एडवाइजर ने बोला ही नहीं कि इंडेक्स फंड नाम की कोई चिड़िया होती है. दे ऑलवेज गिव देम इंफ्रा फंड, मिड कैप फंड, स्मॉल कैप फंड, लार्ज कैप फंड, देन बैलेंस फंड. बैलेंस फंड इज अ फनी, वेरी फनी आई गेस, कि 50% इक्विटी 50% bonds. This is now if I want to take risk, I'll take 100%. Why 50%? I don't know what is the concept behind the balance fund. Only thing is just to add one product, they have introduced balance fund, but balance fund also is I think giving 6 or 7%, not more than that. Few people corrected me in Dhulia last time, sir balance fund में अभी 4% ही आ रहा है. Like a few people like you, they said अभी balance fund में 4% ही आ रहा है. So I don't know like why then people still go behind those schemes, but they don't like to have leverage positions. But in F&O, most of the time you will take any position. If you are a future trader, it's always a leverage position, because as you said, only 10% you need to give. 90% is on leverage. Okay. But in option, if you buy options, it is 100% as per your capital. There is no leverage available in option buying. Whatever capital you have, you can buy that premium or you can consume that premium. And if you're a writer, then you need a nifty, what we can say, nifty ka margin lagega, so additional expenses will be there. So first risk is always if you go leverage, huge losses. I have seen few people who lost more than 5 lakhs rupees in a day. अच्छा वो भी हाँ देखा है किसी को? किसको? Anybody? Yes, you said yes. Your client or you lost 5 lakhs in a day? Yes, you says your partner still is your partner. Okay, good. Acha, maybe now he will recover. But see, that thing happens. One example here also we got that more than 5 lakhs. In Dhulia, I got more than 10 lakhs rupees in a day loss. And he admitted very honestly, sir, maine khoya hai. See, this needs guts, sir, to speak in front of everybody that I have lost money. But he admitted. So 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs is nothing nowadays in F&O if you trade and market falls suddenly, a big losses. Sometimes you short also. You are writing the options and market goes. See, just 2 days back, I can give you a small example. 42,600 call went from 49 rupees to 490 in a single day on Monday. You can just check and you can calculate. 49 to 490. Just imagine who has sold at 50 rupees in the morning to it premium. 490 rupees was a closing on that Monday, because 1,000 points rally in the bank nifty one day we saw. So these things happen. So sometimes if you write also, it's good, but then you need a stop loss. You need a stop loss. Otherwise, entire things is in Ram Nam Satya. Chalo. So market volatility is also one of the bigger risk I can say, because since market is volatile, what will happen? As I said, I go in a single direction. Either I buy call or I buy puts. It is not like I am a bullish, though I don't buy puts. I buy puts also. Whenever I think the market is going down, some stocks are going down, I buy puts also. So my nature is of buying, but I can buy puts also if market is going down. Stocks are moving downwards. But sometimes volatility also plays a very big role. So after our buying, suppose we are buying puts, we think market will go down and suddenly there is a spurt in market. Markets move up by 100 points. Then our stop losses will get hit. But few people, they don't put stop losses, as I said. Then what happens? The premium become 50% in a single day. Sir, 20 रुपए में पुट लिया था, आज ही 10 रुपए का क्लोजिंग है. क्या होगा कल? कल 11 हो सकता है या 9 हो सकता है. अभी इतना मूवमेंट नहीं आएगा. अभी 20 से 10 हो गया तो, because the entire month is there, new series. तो हाँ सर, पूरा महीना है तो I will wait. 20 का शायद 30 हो जाएगा. And the entire month he waits, और 20 का वो 20 पैसा हो जाता है लास्ट में. Because market goes in the same direction and you lose entirely. So sometimes market volatility is a bigger risk. So if you are a F&O trader, you have to keep in mind that volatility also. You have to judge accordingly your positions. Ki if this happens, what will be my position? If that happens, what will be my position? And accordingly, you have to enter into any trades. I know it's a very difficult thing, but still you have to do it. News which affect underlying assets, always a risk. As you know very well, a few days back, we saw before COVID, there was a huge chunk between some pharma companies. Like before COVID, few months ago, we saw many pharma companies. There was some US investigation, FDA investigation. Then there was a report, and there are some irregularities, and stock opened suddenly 10 to 20% down. This is a usual thing. Last year, I can give you another example. Like a few years back, there was Infosys CEO also got resigned. And just on the Friday, everybody on television was saying that there is a meeting of Infosys for buyback, and you can definitely bhar ke calls leke ja sakte ho. You can buy calls. I still remember, I think 1100 or 1120, like kind of a price was there at that time. And what happened? On Monday morning, everybody was happy कि yes, आज meeting है, calls भर के लिए है, Infosys खुलेगा 1120 के ऊपर. That stock opened at 1050 and it went 950 within 5 minutes. Now imagine what was the situation of those call buyers, जिन्होंने घर बेच के भी call लिए थे. Okay, so that thing happens कि you never know what news will come. There was a news, Sikka resigns. Okay, and then later on one news came, as an executive president, he will like to remain on so and so post. He has resigned from so and so post. Then Infosys recovered from 950 to 1050 also. So this way market plays a gamble. Okay, and retailers got trapped. So hence, you have to keep in mind what this news is all about. What will be the impact of that news? Because see, whenever any news comes, as a trader, you must know that this news is coming to you. You are the first person to listen or you are the last person to listen. If you are a first person, then you can make money. If this news is you are the last person to receive the news, you will always lose money. So that is, you have to take care. Trading risk, like drop in value, as I said, in options it happens. Suddenly premium falls and then it never goes up. So definitely a risk activity. So if you don't keep stop losses, you will lose heavily. Margin shortfall and auto square off in margin call. Many times it happens that, as I said, you buy some few lots more, sometimes leverage position, and then broker calls you, sir, आपका mark to mark भरना पड़ेगा. It is already haircut 30%. It is down. Compulsory phone आ रहा है ऊपर से, पैसा भरो नहीं तो position कट जाएगा. And you say कि अरे हाँ मैं कल भरता हूँ, नहीं सर अभी immediately within 5 minutes I want transfer. Within 5 minutes we cannot transfer, and then position gets squared off. And the rude, or we can say harsh thing is, your position gets squared off, and then after few time or after say few days also, if you see that stock goes much higher or that particular position is in huge profits, but you have lost everything. Why? Because due to margin call and square of that particular put. So always avoid such type of situation. I always say to everybody that don't go leverage. Okay, jitna paisa hai utna hi lo. You, whether you buy options or you are writing options, put a very strict stop loss. Otherwise, what will happen? These margin calls are very dangerous. And when normally the margin call comes, see, after 3-4 days continuous fall, on a 5th day, market falls because of margin calls, because everybody is trying to sell. So first 4 days, due to some activities, due to some global news, market sentiment, market falls. On a 5th day, market falls because of margin calls. And then suddenly, what we can say, fall by 100, 200 points. And later on, the entire market goes up also. It bounce back also. Why? All margin calls are happened. Positions are squared off. And now again, market goes up. That happens on a 5th day. Greed and fear leads to heavy loss. As I said, if you are a greedy, you will never make money. And if you are a fearful also, still you will never make money. So, डर के आगे जीत है, that advertisement, you know, that is not useful in market. Okay, still you have to be cautious while trading. But still, if you fearful, then what will happen? Every time you will say कि मैंने लिया तो है position, बढ़ेगा के नहीं, profit होगा के नहीं. So see, you have to be confident enough. Whenever you take any position, the inner voice will always say, "Ki yaar le le." If you have studied well, if you know the markets, if you have studied particular stock, if you studied particular index, or maybe the company where you are buying options, then definitely our inner voice will always say, yes, bindas lele, no problem. We have studied. Still we go wrong. We might go wrong because what? Again, due to some news flow, some other activities, some global news, okay, some global sentiments. Suddenly when market goes up, COVID comes out. Okay, so this is what market always need reason to fall, and this time the reason was COVID. COVID burst in China. Now again, if market goes up, some another thing will come. Now again, market why it is going up? Now there is a news called Russia and Ukraine. Finally, it will stop. Now I know this is a maybe a rumor, but still due to that news, market is what we can say trying to move up on this positive news. But again, we never know. They will say their entire talks failed. They says बचेंगे तो और भी लड़ेंगे. Again, market will fall. So every day there will be a news flow, and accordingly, market will always try to react. So you have to be very, very careful. You don't have to be greedy or fearful. And finally, if you are a writer, then risk of loss is unlimited. But in futures, if you are buyer also, still your loss is unlimited because you don't know where this stock will stop. You know everybody, Yes Bank. The people who long on Yes Bank at 400, Yes Bank came to 5 rupees. Just imagine what is the loss. The people who were long at 625 in DHFL suddenly fall to 400 rupees. 272 was an intraday low, and finally it goes to 400. So that is what, when you buy options, still it is an unlimited loss. But if you sell options, okay, or if you sell future, loss is totally unlimited because, as I said, I have given an example also, premium from 49 to 490. Next one, next slide. Yes, what is the opportunity? Now we have already talked about risk. Now let's see what is the opportunity in futures. For a professional trader, leverage is a gift. Like our fellow member is there who says ki every month he buy something, he short puts, and then later on, if the puts are in losses, he converts it into another buy opportunity. So he is making some, say, a little bit of money every month, maybe. Okay. So that is a tradition he is following. That is a simple strategy is following for so many months. So for them, for professional here means not a chartered accountant. Professional means who are a professional traders. But I usually say we are professionals. So if we trade, we are professional traders. Okay. So, but still sometimes leverage is a gift. Okay, if you are trading in the right direction, definitely it's a gift for you. In case of future, you have 1 month or 2 months, sometimes 3 months also. So you can hold that position. No need to exit in panic because sometimes some news flow comes, stock fall down suddenly, and then you say, "Kya re, abhi kya karne ka? What should we do?" And then broker says, "Sir, don't worry, you can roll over the position. You can just simply sell this and buy another month. So you will have 1 more month time with you." So that facility is available in future trades. That is not available in options. In options, you cannot like roll over. It's very costly affair, and you cannot roll over actually. Volatile markets can give maximum opportunity to enter and exit and take benefit of lot size. As I said, I always trade in 10 points kind of a scenario. I always like to get out immediately. I always, just I say, I like to keep my position for hardly 1 hour. Okay. Or maximum 2 hours if it is a stock option sometimes. So in that case, in a day, I may able to trade twice or thrice also. Sometimes 2 trades goes in favor, 1 trade goes against, so stop loss it. Still, it's an opportunity. Seeing we work as a jobber, like we just enter and we exit fast. So opportunities are maximum, and maximum number of trades also it can happen. Like loss, profits are also unlimited if your trade is on the right side and if you are on the right side of the market. So as I said, if you are buying a particular stock or index and you know this will go 100 points up and you say, "Okay, I will wait." Okay, instead of booking some small profits, if I'm damn sure that this will work, you can wait also, no problem. You can trail your stop losses. See, instead of waiting just randomly, you can trail your stop losses and then you can move the particular or we can say you can write the particular your position and you can earn maximum profits. So sometime in buying also you can have a maximum profit, but in selling the profit is limited. Why? Because whatever you have shorted, you have collected the option premium is the ultimate profit. As he said कि 100 rupees का call बेचा है और 100 rupees का put बेचा है, तो ultimate profit is not more than 5,000. But if you are a buyer of a call or put, and if suppose, as I said, it goes say 100, 200 points up, then definitely maximum chances of profits are also there in case of going long. If you do jobbing, then nothing like it. But for that, you need to have accurate info. As I said, ki if you studied well, if your basics are intact, okay, about the markets, if you know the market, if you know the what we can say pulse of the market, definitely it's blessings. Okay, and you can take the maximum benefit. Now, nowadays, what happens? No broker gives margin. So here is a picture. आज मेरे पास बिल्डिंग है, प्रॉपर्टी है, बैंक बैलेंस है, बंगला है, गाड़ी है, क्या है तुम्हारे पास? आई जस्ट से मेरे ब्रोकर के पास बैलेंस है, प्लेज में माल पड़ा है. So I can have multiple opportunities to trade, because as you know, last 6 months or 1 year, SEBI is also very strict with the margin concept. And earlier days, you know, 100 times, 50 times, 40 times margin was available. Now it has been reduced to 4 times maximum. And in F&O, there is no extra margin available. Earlier in F&O also, some brokers used to give 3 times or 4 times margin. But now in F&O, there is no margin at all. Whatever you have with your capital or whatever the balance in your ledger, that is the only amount you will get. So there is no leverage nowadays available. But still, if you have equity shares with you, you can place those and you can create additional margin for it. So मेरे broker के पास place में माल पड़ा है. So I am a big opportunistic trader. Now option trading, let's go quickly. It's a derivative, everybody knows, available in 2 sets, calls and puts. Expiry of index option weekly on every Thursday. Tomorrow is the expiry. For stock option, we have monthly expiry last Thursday. Already we have discussed this, as I'm just going a little bit fast. People like this because of limited capital requirement. See, option traders, most of the time, if you ask anybody, why you are trading in options, why not future? The simple answer is, in option, limited capital. As I said, if you have 1 lakh rupees, still you can diversify, you can take 10 trades, 10,000 each. So small capital is required. So basically people are fond of options, and in future, minimum 1,25,000, 1,50,000 kind of limit, what we can say margin is required for Nifty and Bank Nifty. And for stocks, say Adani Enterprise, okay, or big stocks, you required 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs rupees sometimes for a one single lot, which is a highly costly affair. So hence people prefer options, because options have very limited capital requirement. Unlike future, premium goes down as the day passes. Now, what is the difference in future and options? Basically, in future, future is what? It's a nothing but, or it's a product which you normally, whenever you buy any future, it will goes up or goes down with the same underlying assets. So suppose the in equity stock is at 900, future may be at 902, it may be at 898, but it will always go with the price. In option, what will happen? Suppose a stock is at 900, you are buying any stock option, say it is at 10 rupees. It can go to 0 also, it can go to 20 also. And suppose if you are buying a call of 900 at 10 rupees, on expiry day, if that stock goes below 900, your call will become 0. But in future, only 1 rupee loss will be there. But in options, entire 10 rupees lost. So that is a big problem in option trading. So hence you have to be very careful while trading in options. Though it's a limited capital requirement, but you need to analyze properly stock movement or index movement, and accordingly you can plan your activities. Otherwise, chances of losses are more. It's a hedging instrument basically, but nowadays people trade in options. As I said, it's a hedging. If you have a big portfolio in equity, you can hedge your portfolio with the options. But nowadays we trade in options instead of going for hedging. Some people have hedging strategies in options. As I said earlier, straddle, strangle. These are what? Hedging strategies. Next, premium includes the time value and intrinsic value, difference of underlying assets, strike price and current market price. Now see, this is very interesting. Always those who are successful, they always buy in the money call or in the money puts. Why in the money? because in the money call or puts, you have intrinsic value as well as time value. So if at all time goes, okay, if it has intrinsic value, chances are that will give you some kind of a return at the end of the month. But if you buy out of the money, which normally many people do, who lose money in markets, they just buy OTMs. Why? Because they are cheap. मतलब now for example abhi take an example, say Balrampur Chini, now it is quoting at 396 or 397. So somebody will buy 450 call of January, assuming it will go 450. Now what will happen? Maybe that 450 call is available at 2 rupees, maybe, okay, or whatever premium, 1 rupee or 2 rupee or 3 rupees. Chances are that 3 rupee or 2 rupees also becomes zero. If stock will not reach to 450 level, that will automatically become zero. So that is the biggest problem in buying OTM calls or OTM puts. You can sell OTM calls or puts. That is a very good tactic, that you can collect 100% of premium. But buying OTM calls and what we can say puts is little bit risky as far as my own experience is concerned. So intrinsic value and time value concept आपको मालूम होना चाहिए whenever you enter into any option kind of strategy, because time decay is much more compared to say in last 2 weeks, that is after 15th of every month, you will find that time decay is more, premium goes down drastically because time value is going down. Now this happens with everybody. Okay, like whenever you say he's a good trader or whatever it may be, he's a good learner, but लड़का तो अच्छा है, like लड़का trader तो अच्छा है पर stop loss नहीं लगाता, then it is of no use. Okay, then that chachi says hey Ram. So in short, if you want to be a successful trader, you have to keep stop loss. If you don't put stop loss, see, whatever you do, you buy calls, you buy puts, or you buy future, you sell future, whatever it may be, stop loss is necessary. Otherwise, आप कितने भी अच्छे CA हो, कितने भी अच्छा trader हो, ultimately you are going to lose the money, because trader तो अच्छा है, but stop loss नहीं लगाता. So that is the one of the reason why people lose money in stock market. Now, what is the risk? Finally, let's go ahead. Risk associated. When you buy any option, risk is limited to the value of premium paid. As I said, ki, suppose I buy a Nifty call. Okay. So just today's example, I can quote, just I can share with you. I have bought 18,200 12 January call at 180 rupees in the morning. I got out at 190. It went up to 200. Again, it came down at 187, 188. Again, I entered. Again, I exited at 200. Finally, it went up to 224. But my range was fixed. And in the last half an hour also, I got it at 180, 182. And finally, I kept it at 195. I got exit. So 10, 10, 10, 3 times I got 10 points. So this is what my own strategy is fixed. Whenever I'll enter into a particular position, I'll exit in 10 points. Okay. So my risk is what? That 50 into 180. Okay. 9,000 rupees per lot is my risk. If I keep it till 12 January, okay, as I said, I don't keep it for more than 1 hour. But suppose if I keep it till 12 January, still my risk is limited to 9,000 because 180 into 50. Okay, not more than 9,000 I will lose. So hoga to kya hoga? Jada se jada I will lose 9,000, not more than that, if I keep it till 12 January. But problem is, so hence we normally buy the options. But whenever you sell any option, then losses may be unlimited. As I said, that on Monday, that 42,600 call went from 49 to 490. Whomsoever may have sold it 50 rupees or 60 or 70 or 80 or 100, maybe at 200 also, somebody has tried selling because ये तो 49 से 200 हो गया, अभी ये तो नीचे जाएगा. Like if you have this kind of a concepts, ये बहुत बड़ा है, अभी ये नीचे जाएगा. It is not like that in markets. ये बहुत घटा है, ये अब ऊपर आएगा. It is not like that. ये और भी घट सकता है. So many people they do this random trading कि ये बहुत बड़ा है तो इसको short करो, ये बहुत घटा है तो इसको buy करो. That theory also never works in market. Okay. So hence ultimately if you sell any option or if you sell any future, then the risk is maximum because you don't know where it will end up at the end of the day or maybe at the end of the month. As the day passes, time value get reduced from premium and hence it becomes difficult to trade. As I said कि most of the time people says कि पूरा महीना पड़ा है अभी, just tomorrow expiry, then January series will start. Then people might have a view that wo Balrampur Chini, what you gave example 450 call, we can buy, we can hold it for 1 month. In 1 month it can go up to 450 or maybe above 450. See, that is okay. That is your thinking, but market think otherwise always. See, whatever we think in market now, always you have to keep in mind that market think otherwise. Okay, so this is my view whenever I enter into any position, but market's view is sometimes different. So hence we lose money very heavily. So what will happen? Suppose you buy that 450 rupees at 3 rupees also premium option. What will happen? Balrampur may go to 420. It will be 3 to 5, 5 to 6. Balrampur will go to 440. It will 6 to 10. Ultimately, on an expiry day, if Balrampur is 449 also, that option will become zero. 1 रुपए से भी रह गया ना 450 के नीचे, that option will become zero. So you must have bought at 10 rupees, 5 rupees, 2 rupees, whatever it may be. Ultimately, it will become zero. So that is what we can say a very big risk of time value. Then it is very difficult to trade. Lack of volume, if you are choosing out of the money options, though they are very cheap. As I already discussed this, many people are fond of. Abhi jo recently example diya that Balrampur Chini, out of the money. Balrampur is quoting at 396. Okay, and you are buying 450 call. It is very dangerous. Maybe it is a January call, no doubt. Second thing, I don't know whether there is any position opened in 450 calls or not yet. Okay, because it's too much, too out of the money. But still, whenever you will see somebody is trading in out of the money, people tend to buy those kind of calls or puts. Why? Because they feel sasta hai, acha hai. Definitely will give money, but normally it's not. So out of the money call buying is not a good idea. As I said, my own strategy or my own what we can say trading tactics is I always go with the in the money calls, whether it's a Nifty, Bank Nifty, or whether it's a stock options. Always in the money or at the money most of the time. And after 15 of every month, little bit deep in the money. Because at that time, at the money also, sometime it gets out of the money within a fraction of time. So thoda deep in the money rahega to there is a possibility that I should get exit or I'll get some exit. Next, liquidity gets over slowly during the month, especially after 15 days of every month. As I discussed, after every 15, time decay will be very fast. So whatever that intrinsic value will remain, that will only available to you. Time value will fall. That delta will go fast very drastically. So it is very difficult to trade after 15. After every 15, those who are new in option trading, don't try to buy current month's option. That is a simple way. In the third week or in the fourth week, you can start buying a next month option. Though there is a premium will be high, because since you are now, suppose tomorrow, if you start buying any option for January, premium will be too high. I can tell you why, because it's a next month. But still, if you wait for a few days or say a few hours also, you may get exit. A very small profit is always available. But suppose if you want a big profit, then you have to work hard. You have to study your own, what we can say, principles, and then you can take the position. Unlike future, options become zero at the end of the month. As I said, future is always good in that term that it never becomes zero. You can roll over. Whatever the loss, maybe 1 lakh rupees loss per lot, 2 lakhs rupees loss per lot, you can still roll over for next month and you can buy chance to recover the losses. Again, if it is going down, you can buy next month. So ultimately, till you are in profits, you can just keep on roll over. But for that, you need huge margin or additional margin. Then only you can do this. Otherwise, if your margin is less, then buying option is always a good idea rather than going for futures. So this is also a very big risk. Now, what is the opportunity? As I said, hedging will help to minimize your losses. So few people who like to hedge their portfolios, they always end up with, they get success in reducing their losses. Now, whenever market falls, and suppose your portfolio is say more than 1 CR or 2 CR, and if you are hedging it properly with the help of index options, definitely whatever loss, maybe 5% or 10% on your portfolio, say 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs, out of that, say 2-5 lakhs will be taken care of this by options. And if you do it very professionally, I can tell you very frankly, even 60 to 70% of your losses also can be taken care of. Okay. Sometimes people, I have seen some people, they have managed to secure their entire losses. 100% jitna bhi loss ho gaya portfolio mein, they have recovered in options. That is also possible. But for that, really you need to be a professional study. Then only it is possible. Jobbers for intraday traders can take maximum benefit. As I said, just like me, I like to trade for very small time within 1 hour. Just if I am getting profit, I'll exit. If I am getting loss also, still I exit, because as I said, my fundamental is very clear. I will not wait for more than 1 hour in a particular position. And if it is a equity, I always tell everybody that I trade equity share as a girlfriend. I never marry with equity stocks. Okay, because since I am a trader, I don't put it in my portfolio. Just for the sake of few days, few weeks, suppose I have portfolio on my wife's name, but still all stocks I keep on churning for not more than 1 month. Like 1 month ho gaya, if there is no profit or if there is a small loss, I try to get exit out of that stock and I buy a new stock. Because keeping a stock in a portfolio also, I don't like being a trader. So I just treat it otherwise. Next, unlimited profits. Yes, what is the opportunity? Unlimited profits if your trade is on the right side. As I said, 49 mein jisne liya hoga, 490, 10 times money. Now, see, this happens very rarely, or every Thursday you will find that this kind of a trades, they are available. Every Thursday on expiry day, that 5 rupees premium becomes 50 rupees, 8 rupees premium become 80 rupees. Every Thursday you will find this kind of a trades, but unfortunately, you will always find that you are not in that particular trade. Means the trade you have taken, that becomes 50 rupees ka 5 rupees, 80 rupees ka 8 rupees. But whatever others they buy, it becomes 5 to 50. So we are always on the other side, but this is a possibility. This always we see in the markets, it happens on expiry day, 5 ka 5 ka 50, 10 ka 100. Ho sakta hai, it is possible. So unlimited profits are also available. And many people buy options as limited investments and limited risk into bracket. That is an important one. What they think, like their own perception is, they think if they buy options, their profits are also limited, but losses are also limited. But in short, profits ka jo jane do, jo bhi losses hai, they are limited, but it will bound to come. So that is also sometime happen. Like, because if you are not able to study market very well, index पे आपका इतना ये नहीं है. As I said earlier, PCR, I told you very well that PCR is also what put call ratio. I personally follow PCR every 10 minutes. Like I always check PCR after every 10 minutes. If there is an improvement, I go long. If there is a deterioration, I go short. So that is my own ideology. If after every 10 minutes, I check PCR and I see that market is going up or going down. And believe me, if you start using PCR, your trading will definitely improve, because PCR is what put call ratio. What is put call ratio? Most of the times FIIs, okay, jo bade player hai market mein, where they stand. If you are able to understand where they stand, just unke piche jaake khade ho jao, okay, chup jao. Still you can make money. So I just do the simple technique. Whatever the big FIIs doing, I just follow them with the help of PCR. I don't see charts. I don't see any candlestick pattern. I don't see any support, resistance, nothing. Only PCR helps me to make money. So if PCR improving, I go long. PCR going down, I go short. That is a simple. Or if I don't want to go short, I'll just stay away and I will wait for improvement in PCR. The moment I see PCR is now gradually improving and stop falling, at that time I enter into long trade. So that is what we can say ultimately a way to have a success. So I don't follow any candlestick vagara. Okay. So PCR also, if you learn, it's a very good technique. And many people, they sell options and most of the time they are end up making money also because premium is collected by selling options, but it requires huge margin per lot. As our friend from Pune, he always like to short or he always like to write calls and puts and he makes money. Though it's a limited, as I said, ki 100 rupees premium hai, 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees, but that is a sure shot. Like if his studies are accurate, definitely that much money can be made. So writers always successful in option market. Why? 95% of the writers. Why? Because if their studies are accurate, they end up making money. And as I said earlier, only 5% of the bulls who buy options, they end up making money. So that was the opportunity. So if you are successful, you will build like this, a house at, anybody has seen this? It is at Katainaka, Badlapur, Neral Road. I have seen this. Okay. Share market Chikrupa. So you can build a house if you earn in markets. And few points to remember, just in last 5 minutes, I'd like to cover. F&O is good or best if you have detailed knowledge and you are trading professionally. PCR is the key. Already I have talked about it, that PCR is the key. So try to use that PCR whenever you want to trade in F&O. Definitely for Nifty Bank Nifty, 100% success ratio. For stocks, sometimes it might not help, because the stocks, there are lots of strike prices, and sometimes you need to check the option chain also. Okay. Only discipline will help you to earn money in F&O. As I said, most of the people, why they lose money? Because they are not disciplined. As I said, you should decide your points, or you should decide your profits and losses also, and you need to adhere them. 6 stop losses is the key for success. Already we have talked a lot about it. If you are having a holding capacity, then only trade in F&O. Okay, if you are having a holding capacity, like आपने एक future लिया है, गिरते ही जा रहा है 5%, 10%, 20%. If you are having a holding capacity, you can roll over. Okay, you can put some additional margin, then only trade in futures. Okay, otherwise don't trade. It's a very risky affair. And sometimes never jump with a limited capital also. Backup is needed always. I saw many people, they start with 25,000, 50,000 kind of capital for options. Maybe their advisor is advising them to put only 50,000, but that 50,000 will be what we can say, it will vanish maybe within a 1 day or maybe within a 1 month. So never come with a very small amount of capital also. Many people ask me, sir, 50,000 डालूंगा तो कितना मिलेगा? मैं बोलूंगा यार कितना मिलेगा मालूम नहीं, जाएगा कितना मालूम है. Like 50,000 can go. So in that case, you have to be a little bit, what we can say, conservative in trading, but you have to be with a good capital. As I said, you can make a strategy. You can come with a 50,000, then divide that 50,000 into 10 trades, 5,000 each. Then maybe you get some kind of a success. But if you put entire 50,000 or 1 lakh rupees one trade, then chances of making losses are much, much bigger. If you are on the screen, that is the last point to conclude. If you are on the screen, then only enters into F&O trade. Otherwise, avoid. It's written in bold. Avoid. Okay, totally. Why? Because if, as I said, if you are not on screen, F&O is a really, what we can say. Anybody has seen screen actually, like while working also must have observed the screen, how these rates fluctuates and how this movement comes. So really interesting. Just if you are not trader, sometimes if you find some time, just open your own demat account or open your screen and just see how the market behaves. So that will definitely gives you little bit of thrill. Okay, and it might happen that you may start trading also after that. So there is a volatility also, but it is really nice to see the screen, because if you see the screen, if you observe the screen, I personally feels if you observe screen, you will be a successful trader. Okay, I have never read any books in my life to become a successful. I just observe screen for last 17 years. Okay, that is the ultimate success story of mine. I never read any books. I never read any articles. Okay, I just say that these are meant to be written. Okay, but not to be read. So hence I never read any Economic Times. Many people ask me, sir, whether you read Economic Times. I said no, I never read any Economic Times. एक तो मैं ट्रेडर हूं, 1 घंटे के ऊपर किसी को रखता नहीं. Then what is the use of Economic Times to me? If you are an investor, if you are a fundamental person, you can go for all these. Okay, how to create wealth books, type of books, or maybe Economic Times and all this stuff available. But being a trader, I don't need anything. I just need to focus on the screen. I need to focus on my own plan. I need to focus on my discipline, and then money will come. Just like in cricket, we say, whenever we play cricket, we say कि you just spend the time on a pitch, runs will come automatically. I always say to everybody that you spend time in a market, money will come automatically. Okay, so you need to stay there in the market. Sometimes what happens, people come with the aggression, with the optimistic view, and within a 1 month or 2 months, they get out of the market and then they say कि market is a gambling. But I personally feel market is not at all gambling, not at all for a people like chartered accountant. Okay, if we study well, if we go thoroughly with the principles, if we follow discipline, definitely success is possible. So with that, I will stop after losses in F&O. This kind of a scenario must have seen. And thank you very much. Thanks for patient listening. Acha, any questions available? I like to take. I know already 2 hours are there, but any questions anybody want to ask? Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Nikhilesh ji, for your very good presentation, very nice presentation, and enlighten us on the topic F&O trade. इनका जो लास्ट पॉइंट था ना, वो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा पॉइंट टू रिमेम्बर में, कि यदि आप स्क्रीन पे हो तो ही रखो, अदरवाइज अवॉइड करो. हम क्या करते हैं ना, जो प्रोफेशन में जो कमाते हैं ना, वो एक ट्रेड में हम पूरा निकाल के आते हैं और खुश होते हैं कि हम ट्रेड कर रहे हैं. तो जब तक किसी भी चीज पे आप उस पर कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते या प्रॉपरली उसको वॉच नहीं कर सकते, उसमें नहीं जाना ठीक है. वो टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन अप्लाई वाला था वो एक्चुअली, जो एस्ट्रिक में छोटा सा लिखा होता है. तो मेरे से बहुत लोग पूछते हैं आप कैपिटल मार्केट के चेयरमैन हो, देन यू मस्ट बी, यू आर ट्रेडिंग एंड यू आर डूइंग एफ एंड ओ. आई एम सेइंग नो, आई एम नॉट डूइंग एनी एफ एंड ओ. आई डोंट हैव एनी डीमेट अकाउंट. मेरा डीमेट अकाउंट भी नहीं है, मेरा ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट भी नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं पूरा प्रोफेशन में ही लगी रहती हूँ. मुझे टाइम नहीं है स्क्रीन देखने का. तो पार्ट टाइम बिजनेस समझ के हमको एफ एंड ओ नहीं देखना है. यदि आप पूरा उसमें डिवोट हो सकते हो तो ही एफ एंड ओ में करिए. ये एक वैज्ञानिक चेतावनी जो होती है ना, वो एक है. तो with this, I don't want to take your much time, and I request C. Ashish Kumar to give a formally vote of thanks to C. Nikhilesh ji, please.
Thank you, Nikhilesh sir, for being here and enlightening on the presentation on F&O markets. I have a personal experience on F&O. In first year of my trading, I have made a huge loss of around 10 lakhs. And that too because of I was doing a naked trades and without putting a stop loss. Later on, I realized, and from second year onwards, I started making money. And today, net I am in profit right now. And so I request everyone whomsoever is doing a F&O trades, please go for a stop loss, strict stop loss. That is the main mantra of F&O. This is my personal view. And sir has rightly given the points to remember, which is very much important for F&O markets. And thank you, sir, and on behalf of WIRC, I request everyone to have a round loud of applause for sir. Thank you, sir.